Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do my review on Love During Lockup, um, The Secret Stash, Season 3, Episode 62. Here we go. Okay, so the first couple is Indy and Harry. So we left off with Indy. She had just told her family that she was moving to Ohio with her daughter. And everybody's all up in arms about it. After she told her family, Harry calls, um, and she leaves the room to go talk to him. Am I centered? No, it doesn't matter. Okay. So after Indy talks to Harry, her mother seeks her out, and they go outside to have a conversation. And her mother asks her if she has been giving Harry money, and of course she has. She says she is digging into her savings to give Harry money. She said she spent $400 a month or more on phone calls. Now, I think I'd rather write letters than spend $400 a month on phone calls. I'll just write letters, that's all. Her mother said that when she moved to Ohio, she's going to go with her. And she's going to do PI work on Harry. Indy tells her mother that when everything works out, that when they get married, they have a baby, and everything is fine, that her mother should apologize to her and to Harry. Her mother says she's not going to apologize for being a mother. What I think Indy should do is, I think she should, when Harry gets out of prison, she should go to Ohio for like maybe a week and just meet him for the first time and check out his personality and, what's going on in Ohio, and see what everything is before she actually moves to Ohio. That's what I think she should do. It's my advice to you, Indy. Not that you're going to take it or anything. Then we see Indy packing to go to Ohio, and while she's packing, Harry calls. And Indy asks Harry if he thinks she should come to Ohio. And he says, I don't know. What do you mean, I don't know? You should say, yeah. He says he doesn't know. He says, do what you want to do. That doesn't sound very promising to me. It doesn't sound to me like he wants her to go. And she picks up on that too. So next we see her mother with another agent. This is her partner. And she tells her partner all about Harry. And her mother looks at Harry's TikTok video. And then she looks up his arrest record and see that what is he? He's a robber at gunpoint, and he's a kidnapper. So Indy's mother, she plans on going to Ohio and finding out all there is to find out about Harry. And that's it for their segment. Their segment is over with. Next up is Hayley and Dalton. We see Hayley, she's dropping off her son to his father. They have 50-50 custody. And her son has blue hair, but it looks cute. It looks cute. They all have colored hair. I think the dad has like green in the front of his hair. Hayley has half her hair dyed blonde, because I'm pretty sure the other half is actually black or ebony or whatever you want to call it. But one half she dyed blonde. So they all have colors in their hair. No problem, just expressing who they are. Okay, the baby daddy and Hayley, they were engaged for 3 years. And Hayley said they were soulmates. And I really don't know. What is a soulmate? What is that? I don't know what a soulmate is. Alexa, what is a soulmate?
Here's something I found on Crunchbase. Soulmate is a company. Their description says...
Alexa, stop. Alexa, what is a soulmate?
Here's something I found on Crunchbase. Soulmate is a company. Their description says...
Alexa, stop. She's doing a different type of soulmate. Anyway. I really don't understand what a soulmate is. They broke up because Hayley found out that he had slept with her best friend. This is a 10-year relationship, best friend relationship. And the baby daddy slept with the best friend. And he did it, she said he did it under the same roof that she was sleeping with her 2-year-old son. That's some soulmate, right? Some soulmate. Okay. And baby daddy's name is Jared. And he has tattoos all over his neck. And a little bit like up here, the hairline of his on his face. And I think the sideburns, so he has tattoos. And Jared is not on board with Hayley dating an inmate. And the reason he's not on board with it is because he says he doesn't want his son to go visit Dalton and have that memory, grow up with that memory of going to prison to visit somebody, because he had that same experience with his father while growing up, going to the prison, visiting his father, and putting his hand on the glass, to touch his father or whatever. And he doesn't want his son growing up with that memory. But I don't think Hayley just met Dalton face to face for the first time last episode, so I don't think she's gonna be taking her son to meet Dalton anytime soon. So Hayley and Dalton, later on we see Hayley and Dalton, they're gonna have a date. She said they do this once a week, and she buys a dozen red roses, a candle. She lights the candle, and she cooks steak with vegetables and potatoes, I guess. And she says, yeah, they do this once a week. I didn't see her season the steak. Did she season that steak? I didn't see her season that steak. She was browning the steak. She was browning it on the top, the bottom, and on the sides, but I didn't see her cooking it. Anyway, she don't look like she eats steak, and that was a huge piece of steak. She's so thin, she don't look like she eat anything at all. Anyway, Hayley is sitting at the table, and Dalton calls, and he calls on time, and Hayley is ecstatic. Hayley describes to him the food that she cooked. Hayley says Dalton wants a traditional wife that cooks dinner for him. He does not. If he does not want a traditional wife who will cook for him. If he wanted that, then he wouldn't be out here writing bad checks, doing credit card fraud, and behind bars. If he wanted a traditional wife, he would act right, date somebody, get married, and live the life. But that's not what he wants to do. He wants to be out here robbing people. Did he forge checks, debit card fraud, and stuff like just robbing people? He don't want no traditional wife. He wants to rob and get thrown in jail. That's what he wants. That's his career. That's his life. That's what he wants. So Hayley describes this house that she wants to buy to Dalton, and she wants to put down $30,000 on the house. That's what she needs to do. She needs to buy herself a house and quit giving him money giving this lawyer money. For what reason? To get him out? He's already convicted, and he's supposed to serve 8 years? He already did 1 year. What is she paying money to this lawyer to do? I don't get it. Buy yourself a house, save the money, put it in some kind of IRA or Roth account or something. Quit giving this man your money, this lawyer your money to do what? I have no clue. And stop spending money on Dalton. Okay, so Hayley tells Dalton that she's going to meet his father for the first time. And Dalton tells her that it doesn't make any sense for her to do that. He says they would, he said, why would you go talk to that man? And Dalton said he doesn't think it's a good idea. And Hayley told us that even though Dalton does not want her to go meet up with his father, she's going to go do it anyway. What? I think she need to mind her business and leave them alone. That's father and son relationship. Has nothing to do with you. Let them figure it out on their own. The man says don't do it. Don't do it. What the hell's wrong with her? She, for some reason, wants to rekindle their relationship. But it's none of her damn business. She needs to stay in her damn lane. Mind her damn business. If I was having a problem with my father or my mother, it's my business. It's our business to fix that relationship. Nobody else. I wouldn't want anybody else getting involved. Absolutely not. She needs to mind her business. I'm pissed. I don't even know these people. Anyway, next, that's the end of them. Next is, we have a new couple. Let me see if I can pronounce their name correctly. It's Santiba is the woman, and then we have Telsey for the man. And Santiba is 35 years old. She's a billing analyst. I cannot speak. She's a billing analyst, and she lives in Portland. And Kelsey, he's 40 years old. 40 years old. His profession is his profession. He doesn't have a profession. He's in jail. 40 years old. His crime is possession of a controlled substance. That means he got caught with drugs. Okay, we see Santiba. She's exercising and she said she lost 92 pounds. I'm so proud. That's awesome. She lost, I need to lose about 20. She lost 92 pounds. And she posts dance videos on social media. She looked good. She looked good in her dance videos. She met Talsia on a prison dating website. Santiba says Talsi was a felon because he was selling drugs, and then he got caught with a handgun that made it worse. So he just sealed his fate with that. And Telsey, that's the guy. He's in maximum security prison in Florida. Damn. He's in prison with she said Santiba said he's in prison with the worst type of people. I guess he's in there with murderers. They have not met each other physically yet. And we see them talking on the phone, and Telsey said he has not had sex he hasn't had in the last time he had sex was August 2013. How many years is that? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 in August. So that's 8 years. He has sex in 8 years. Okay. That's his fault. That's his fault. He did the crime. Now he has to do the time. So that's your fault that you haven't had sex in 8 years. That's your fault, baby. You control that. She said that in the last 9 months, she has sent Telsey a couple of $1,000. A couple of $1,000. Over 9 months. She said that's the risk you have to take for love. Okay, I guess that's what her love costs. I don't know. Okay, what have I been calling her? It's Santiba. Did I say Santia? It's Santiba. I'll be messing people's name up. Santiba says Telsey is like her personal trainer that someday she's going to have sex with. That's what she said. And I like the area that she is in Portland. It's pretty. I've never been to Portland. I would like to go there. It's pretty there, it looks. That's the end of her. Next is Tai and Hottie. Okay. Tai is at work, and let's remind, what is she? She's a mortician. She's a mortician. And it looks like she has a dead body in front of her, and it looks like she's doing embalming fluid. She's doing the embalming for the person, the deceased person. In her confessional, she said that her mother was diagnosed with schizophrenia at an early age. But she doesn't say how old she was when her mother was diagnosed with that, and she didn't say how old her mother was when she was diagnosed with that. They showed a picture of her mom, and she looks just like her mother, just like her mother. Tai said that her mother was afraid of everything. She was basically afraid to go outside. She thought that everything was going to hurt her, and her biggest fear was death. Tai said that she wanted to face death, so she became a mortician. But she only just became a mortician. She just became, at age, she's about 37 years old. She just became a mortician because she said to her boss, they showed her with her boss, and she said to her boss, after just graduating, she said, after just graduating, it's good to have someone here to show her. She's lucky to have someone to teach her what to do. So she just graduated from mortician school at age 37. So while she's doing the embalming with her boss, her phone rings. She has a cool boss. Her phone rings, and he tells her, you can't have your phone in here. You'll contaminate your phone. So then her phone rings. So she tells him about what happened with Boston. And then, because I guess he knows the whole story that she's dating inmates. He mentioned it. And then, but I heard through the grapevine that this Boston person is her cousin, is Ty's cousin, and she paid her to call so that she can have a storyline. That's what I heard through the grapevine. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. Anywho, we're gonna pretend we didn't say that. We didn't hear that. And just continue on with the storyline. Even though last week I saw some holes in the storyline where one guy called her and we heard the thing. Oh, you're receiving we heard the recording. You are receiving a call from an inmate. Da 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 da. And then when the other guy called, we didn't hear none of that. And then how come the cameras just happened to be there when both guys called her at the same time? And how come the cameras just happened to be there when Boston calls? So the storyline is I don't believe the storyline. So I do believe that Boston is probably her cousin, and she's paying her for this, to call so they can have a storyline. Anywho, I did see one clip though. I think it was her fighting somebody. I don't know. But let's see. Let's continue on with the story. See how it plays out. All right, where was I? Yeah, so her phone rings again, and her boss told her just to go answer the phone. So she answers the phone, and it's Hottie, and he's on the phone reassuring her that he don't know that I think he's saying him and Boston was over with. They dated a long time ago, and they're over it. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. So after she hangs up with Hottie, she says to the camera, she says she can replace Hottie in one day. If what did she say she's gonna do? Yeah, she doesn't believe Hottie, and she says she's gonna check his story out, and if it doesn't, if it comes out that he is messing around with Boston, she can replace him in one day. And I think Hottie is reassuring her because he's afraid of losing that money that she sends him. Anyway. And you know what? I'm kind of understanding why Tai does what she does. She have all these men and she moves them around because check it out. Hottie is her number one. He has disappointed her. So now she can go back to the other ones and move one up into Hottie's position. I'm kind of understanding her madness now. She's not as crazy and deranged as I thought she was last episode. Because I'm starting to understand her madness. I'm starting to understand it. Okay, they show a clip of Tai in the bathtub, going through the website looking for inmates and taking pictures of herself, and she has soap all over her face. I don't know what that was all about, but that's what she was doing. Copy and pasting. I don't know what she was copying and pasting. I don't know. She was trying to find more inmates, I guess. That's the end of Hottie and Tai. Next up is Max and Tara. Max is a hot mess. Okay, last we saw that Tara stood up Max on a video chat, and he can't call her, so he's waiting for her to call him. Then we see Max getting home, and he is met at the door by Elisa. Some girl, she's cute, some cute girl named Elisa, who was in the kitchen cooking for him. She was in the kitchen cooking for him. Max said he met Elisa when they matched up on Tinder. And one thing led to another, he says. And Max says they do OnlyFans together, and they show some sexy pictures of her and him. She is really attractive. I said the sex word, sexy, S-E-X-Y. Pictures of her and him. And she's very attractive to me. He said they do typical sex scenes, but also foreplay videos. They even do threesomes with some of her friends. Wow. He's living the life, isn't he? And I'm feeling sorry for him when he tripped going up the steps because poor Tara didn't call him back or ghosted him. And I'm feeling sorry for this man. This man having foreplay and threesomes and OnlyFans, and he's living the life. And his profession, they said think it said he was an internet model. Is that the internet model he's doing? Oh my gosh, modeling, internet modeling. Okay, whatever. I know Tara doesn't look half as good as Elisa does, so I don't know why he's chasing after Tara. Tara is older. She's a criminal. She ghosted him. She's unavailable. And oh, did I say she's a criminal? He has a real life woman, this crooked, living there with him, there with him, but he's chasing a prisoner. A prisoner he doesn't know what she looks like, who ghosted him, who's older. I tell you, men, I shouldn't say that. That's not. I shouldn't group all men in one group, right? Shouldn't put all men in one group, right? That's not nice. I think maybe Max just wants to be on the show. That's why he's chasing after Tara. He just wants to be on the show. That's what I think his problem is. Because why would you do that? Why would you chase after some girl, older woman, you don't even know what she looked like, who's a criminal, when you have a perfectly good non-criminal right there in your bed? I think Max will do anything for money. That's what he seems like to me. He'll do anything for money. So the producers say to him, Elisa is not your girlfriend, so then why do you and Elisa sleep in the same bed? And Max said, we are already hooking up, so why not? So why do you need Tara? For what? So Alicia asks Max about Tara, and he tells her that Tara stood him up. And Elisa voiced her opinion about Max and other women. It seems she was being a little jealous, and Max, let her know that our relationship is business-wise. We decided to only go into business together as and do OnlyFans, and we only have a business relationship. We don't have a serious relationship. We only have a business relationship, a partnership. So he can't understand why Alyssa is jealous. So Max and Alyssa, they're in the bedroom and they're preparing for bed. I don't know. I guess they live together. I don't know. They're partners in business. They do OnlyFans together. All this, SEXY stuff. And they're getting ready to go to bed together. They're in the bathroom preparing themselves for bed. And then the next scene we see Alyssa in bed and Max getting ready to go and get into bed. And she shoots her shot. She's saying, how come, I'm here and she's in prison, but you don't want me? She said something to that effect. And he tells her to drop it. Max does not want a serious relationship with Alyssa. So now I'm thinking that this is fake also, because I do not understand why he would be chasing a criminal, an older criminal who does not know what she looks like. Why would you be doing that when you have Alyssa right there beside you? And she's gorgeous. To me, anyway. So what happens now when he meets someone who he's seriously dating and he has this business relationship with Alyssa? Does that mean, what is he going to do? End a business relationship with Alyssa? Because what girlfriend is going to go for that? You doing OnlyFans with Alyssa? What girlfriend is going to approve that? I don't know. That's the end of him. Last but not least, we have Gabby and Chris. I always have a tickle in my throat. Okay. We see Gabby in an Uber. I don't know why she's in an Uber. She has what does she have? A Mercedes? BMW? She had something. She has a car. Nice car. New car. Why is she in an Uber? Anyway, we see Gabby in an Uber. She's going to pick up her mother and they're going dress shopping. So she gets to her mom's house and her mom says, no, she ain't going. I'm telling her, I'm not going with you. No dress shopping. And Gabby, of course, is disappointed. And she tells her mom that Chris is in solitary confinement and she received a letter from him. And it seemed to me that Chris does not know how to adhere to authority. He committed a crime and got put in jail. That's one. He got beaten up by the guards. We don't know why. And I'm pretty sure it's because he was defying them, but they took it too far. So that's two. He was thrown into solitary confinement. Why? We don't know. So that's three. So what's going to happen when he gets out of prison? Hmm? Is he going to adhere to the laws, or is he going to just get himself back in trouble and go right back into prison? Because he doesn't seem to understand that he needs to follow rules and laws. He doesn't seem to understand that to me. And how old was he? Probably about 27. That's too old. I can understand if you're 22, 23, but if you're getting ready to be 30, I can't remember how old he was. But if you're getting ready, I think Gabby is 26, and I think no, is she? 24, and he's older. So he's close to 30. By now you should know that you got to follow rules and laws. You can't just run haywire, do anything you want to do, just gallivant and just do whatever you want to do. There's laws and rules that you have to follow. So I think he's gonna go get himself in trouble and go right back in jail when he gets out. That's what I think anyway. That's my thought process by his actions. Anywho, so Gabby reads some of the letters, the letter, Chris's letter to her mother, and she's not impressed. Gabby and her mom, they bicker back and forth. Her mom is saying, you can't marry this guy, you don't know him. And she's saying, I love him, I'm going to marry him, I'm going to have babies, blah, blah, this, blah, 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 blah. They're always arguing about the same thing. So Gabby eventually, she walks off and she tells her mother to kiss her ass. She said, kiss my, and she walked off. Who talks to their mother like that? Who? Anywho, we see Gabby arrives at the bridal shop and her friends are there. And she's getting ready to try on some dresses, and they're all excited. The first dress she tried on is ugly. It makes her look fat. It makes her look fat. Her friends don't like the dress, but she loves it. And that dress costs $15,000. And she says she's going to get it, and that's going to be her party dress. So her friends ask her, who is paying for the dress? And she goes, what do you mean? Christopher is paying for the dress. And Gabby explains to them that whenever she needs money, Chris lets the lawyer knows, and then the lawyer writes her a check, calls her, and tells her to come pick the check up, or he mails it to her. So Gabby also tells her friends that Chris is in solitary confinement. Okay, and the second dress that she puts on, gorgeous dress. I loved it. I hated the detachable sleeves, but the dress was perfect for her. Fits her perfectly. It's like the dress was made for her. Her friends love it. She loves it. The dress cost $30,000. So Gabby she's getting both dress, and the ladies told her that her bill came up to $45,000, and today, right now, she has to put down $20,000 on the dress. So in her confessional, Gabby talks about a secret stash. That's where the title comes from. A secret stash that Chris has. Probably from the drugs. Anyway, mind my business. Anyway, so Gabby calls Chris's lawyer to tell him that she's she's wedding dress shopping, and she needs today, right now, $30,000. The lawyer said, you need that today? And she said, yes, today. And then the lawyer tells Gabby that he needs authorization from his client, which is Chris. And she tells the lawyer that Chris had told him that she can receive money whenever she wants. And the lawyer, he won't relent. He's saying, I still need authorization from my client. So she gets mad. She rips her tiara off her head. I'm not going to do that. She rips her tiara off her head and she flings it to the floor. She's such a temper tantrum person. Flings it to the floor. And then she was in the dressing area when she did that. And she goes out to the main floor and she tells her friends what happened. And she said she's going to get that money. She's going to come back for the dress. But one of her friends is worried that when she comes back to get the dress won't be there. Well, that is the end of my review of Love During Lockup. I will be back next week for another review/recap. Princess on a Pillow here. Thank you so very, 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 very much for watching. If you would like to see more of my videos, please like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. Thank you again for watching. Bye.